Good morning. Well, we're out here at the Dryland cotton race trial east of Dumas, and we're back. I guess it's been what, 3 weeks maybe since we were here last, and the cotton, the stand as it is has grown a lot since then. Nice progression of the cotton. It's I guess overall what I have to say on the front end is that given it's been a very tough start, and I say that primarily in regards to the lack of moisture, and it was, as we talked about in the previous video, it was we were short on moisture. It was very marginal at planting, and but it was time to plant on the May 11th there, and so since that time, continuing up till then, we'd had I think I mentioned we'd had about half the rainfall that we would be considered normal, I suppose, for this area. And that trend has kind of continued since. We've had a few showers, and matter of fact, since planting, our weather station here up through the end of June, which is, we may have had a tenth or two the first and 2nd of July as the month turned. But we were up to 2.71 inches. I think, given the situation, the one thing we do know is since we visited last time, we came out and checked, and the stand is, I think, as we pointed out the first time, it's quite variable. Some places really quite good, other places not so good as far as stand. It just depends on where you are in the field out here. But from our numbers, the data we did collected where we went across the study and got some stand counts, we're in the neighborhood of looking at almost 12,000 plants per acre. And that's out of, just for whatever it's worth, we planted 25,000 seed per acre, and we have on average stand of about almost 12,000 plants. Well, the other thing I want to mention out here is just kind of talk about the stage of growth. And right now, of course, that varies. Some of the plants, some seedlings emerge later, and you can certainly see that if you start to look around. You've got plants that came up early, like the one here. The thing I'd like to point out on plants, on these older plants, is that they do have the fruiting aspect is progressing well. You've got squares starting at about the 7th or 8th fruiting node, and there's fruit, first position fruit at as you move up the plant and look at each of those first position nodes all the way to the top. Each one, there's a square on every one, every node so far. So we're starting out with a good fruit load, and then it's going to be different depending on when those plants emerge. You've got plants here that are somewhere around. These plants are 4 or 5 true leaves, so they're behind quite a bit. But the thing I'd like to emphasize is that if we could get some rains, some timely rains here in July, these later emerged plants it'll help them a great deal to catch up, and that'll be such a determinant on their fruit load, and then the fruit load, ability of these earlier emerged plants to hold a fruit load. Then on the weed pressure, we still have some field bindweed out here, a little bit of kochia, but I know some herbicide application has been made, and I think that's being dealt with already. And so I think that's about all I have for this time, and let's just keep our fingers crossed for some timely rains going forward, and that'll make a lot of difference, a huge difference on this crop. It's the yield potential going forward, and the maturity, and be good all the way around.